So, hi guys, welcome back to Khaotic Vibes. What are you gonna have me light off for? Right, today we will be pretending to be K-pop gods. This is episode 8, and we.
Yes, for those moments when you wish your fave's hair was a better styling or a different color, or they were wearing something different, or the song sounded different even.
Or if you
we've all
wish,
been there.
or if you wish your group had a better comeback, more frequent comebacks, or
less frequent comebacks.
yes,
Just
or
whatever you
even
want
a
different.
vacation. You
Just
know,
whatever you want different in K-pop.
let's be real.
So I have a few points, but I guess I'll start off with light, which is I
Light.
would like for the industry to start making less than 3-minute songs as their title songs.
Hype.
2-minute songs have a place in this world, you know.
TikTok.
But we need to calm it down. It don't need to be every single comeback anymore. And we know that they can make longer songs, and longer songs just hit harder. And everybody knows that I'm an engine. So my other thing is that I would like Fate to be a full song. If I was
You
an
know, this is
actual
not your
K-pop
first
god-
time saying it.
I know. Everybody knows that I want Fate to be a full song. So the first second that I am a K-pop god, I will immediately make Fate a full song. Now I let other people speak. I have other points, but we'll come back to that.
For me, like piggybacking on that point, I would love, I know this is not a diss, but I would love for K-pop to begin making real music again.
What do you mean by real music?
I'm not trying
They
to
make
be
fake music?
I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, but music that has like meaning, music that could touch the audience, that makes you feel something, something that can make the audience connect with it. I love fun music. It has a time and place, but it can't be the whole industry. It can't be all the songs on the charts, right? I love Super Shy. I love ETA by New Jeans. Exactly. But I won't say that there's one song on the album that I felt like an attachment to, like I felt connected to the lyrics. It is a difference when you think of songs like Magic Shop or what else? Or Love or Outro Tear, or even like 2-3 by BTS, right? Those lyrics were literally written and created with ARMY in mind. And even if they even weren't talking about ARMY, like the lyrics themselves spring there as well. It's something that touches you. Yeah, it's about something real, and it's about something bigger than trying to get streams, trying to get sales, trying to make us splash in the industry. That was my opinion. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little disinterested with the fun music. I would love to see artists get more like to real emotion, I would say.
For me, I wouldn't change anything in the K-pop industry. Next slide. Literally, like the one thing that I think like really, really irks me a little bit as a K-pop stan is groups who debut hot and sweaty, and then they kind of just fall off the face of the earth. Like, I understand if it is that it comes from a place of not having a large fandom or whatever, but you don't build a bigger fandom by falling off the face of the earth. You build a bigger fandom by continuing to release bad songs that eventually get better. Some people they fall off the face of the earth because like their songs at the time may not be like really good. People don't debut as BTS, right? You have people who debut and their first songs kind of like, I think I like this song, but I'm not really too sure. I wouldn't necessarily play it in a crowd. I play it in my room by myself or whatever. I feel like a lot of companies, if you're gonna debut a group, clearly you have the means to do so. So you should continue having the means to invest in the group that you debut. So as a K-pop god, for new groups, I'll continue to make them
Give them money so they can continue promoting and stuff.
Even
as
if
they build their
even if it feels like you're not getting a lot of profit back in the beginning, eventually
Keep
profit
up.
comes. Not to use, I really don't like personally to use BTS as the main example, because BTS is really an anomaly in the industry for the
Sure.
time that they were in. But BTS wasn't very popular when they came out.
The company had no money. They had nothing.
They were broke.
They found a means and a way, and now BTS is one of the biggest Korean pop groups in the world.
They are the Korean pop group.
First of all, Twice is up there. Anyway, but yeah, you have to start somewhere, and you have to continue pushing in order to get. So that's what I would do. I would be like, yeah, XX company, keep pushing your new group. That's what I personally would do. But that's just because I feel like I'll find out about a group, and then I'm not very good at keeping up with groups. I'll find out about a group, and then I'll come back like a year later and be like, oh, whatever happened to... Yeah, some groups that they just debut and come back a year later, and I was like, oh, that group, I haven't heard a song from them in a long time. Like, just keep releasing songs, even if it's just singles you're releasing. Keep releasing. Blackpink did it.
But
They had a means.
But
They had many
they have
different-
means, yeah. I wouldn't say they
I'm
came
saying,
from
if it is that like they're not like, they don't have popularity at the time.
nothing.
Blackpink literally released singles until they were able to release a full album. You couldn't release singles until they release a full album, and you're really, really popular. That's not my opinion, but you know.
For me, if I was this almighty K-pop god, I would put people with empathy and compassion in the roles of CEO, because I find
Currency is up.
they don't treat their idols well. And being an idol is already hard enough, so you need that support. And what other greater support you could have but your CEO or like your manager or whatever. And a lot of these CEOs and managers don't really have that compassion and empathy or like care for their idols. You could tell sometimes, like when they're trying to handle scandals, or even if it's not a full scandal, but like small things that should be simple enough to at least try to mediate or fix or whatever. They don't be doing that for their idols, and then they just have the idols trying to do it for themselves, or struggling or being silent, and then there's people attacking these idols. Sometimes it will be their fault, of course, but sometimes it might not be their fault, and I don't know, like, regardless, even if it's their fault, you would think that a manager or a CEO will want to make sure that, like lawyers, not going to say lie, but try to make it seem like lesser than it is, and help out your idol. I find these days, or not even these days, from since so long ago, like these people in power don't do anything when it counts for these idols, because mental health is important, and these kind of stuff does decrease people's mental health. It has depreciated, it has destroyed their mental health. So yeah, so I wouldn't say people like us, obviously, but people who actually genuinely care about their people.
And not just money.
Exact, and not just money,
But the
because
public
these
opinion.
days it's just money or public opinion, as I said. But even so, there's not good public opinion, because if your idol in a scandal, how you would just leave them and go silent? Silence does make fans even more upset, and it does make it blow up even more. A small thing would turn into like something huge when they don't say anything. So that is with me. Yeah.
If I were a K-pop god, I would give Blackpink 2 more full albums.
With how much songs?
Maybe this is a multi-songs, No, 8. Because they have the talent,
They do.
and they have the means. I would give them more full albums. They're too many. They're too big of a group to not have. How many full albums do they have?
2.
How long have they been? How long
Active?
since they debuted?
8 years this year.
You all hear those numbers? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. I would also give God 7 more comebacks, just for my sake as a star. That's probably really selfish, but I'd also give God 7 more comebacks. Yeah.
And know, and that comes down to CEOs, managers, and producers.
Mm-hmm.
They really do be doing it because an idol could write their songs
not in
and they could
Gotham's
produce.
case.
But like an idol could write their song and they could produce their songs and stuff like that and have their soundtrack or whatever. But unless they get the okay, they can't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
They just have to wait for approval. And sometimes I find these music producers, CEOs, whoever in charge of that, they just be wasting people potential and talent and just have them sitting down doing nothing. And that's ridiculous.
Even though that was not my, what you call it?
Point,
yes, of giving Blackpink more combats. I'm a Blink, so obviously I share this opinion. It's been so rough being a Blink because the amount of things that YG has put in place to hinder these girls. They literally decided, all four of them, to for their solo projects, their solo careers, to not renew their contracts with YG for a reason. Jennie literally said in the documentary, like, when she had her little writing book, every time she would leave it at the studio, it would go missing. That's not a mistake. It's intentional. They did not want them involved in their own music. They didn't want them to take on projects that they were truly passionate about. And I mean, we did get to see Blackpink somewhat, but we didn't get to see their true essence as a group or individually. So I would love to see them in their individual, like, solo endeavors now with their 4 companies that they are now CEOs. We waste on your rose, turn on to your thing. But yeah, I would love to see where they take their careers and fly like the eagles I know they can be.
Eagles?
Yeah. Caw-caw! You know?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
wow.
They could have soar. And I know they're gonna be just fine. Yes. As a group though, I would love to see them have at least one comeback a year. That's my hope.
Even if they come back, it's a short comeback.
Yeah, a little mini album, bring back cool K-pop.
Like, it's okay to have mini albums, but it's not okay to have more mini albums than full albums.
Agreed.
Well, that's how K-pop is.
To me, I like how NCT do mini album, full album.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So, see, that makes sense.
Our next point is I want to change the format of how members debut solo, because currently they only debut solo like after the full group initial contract, like the initial 7-year contract is up, and then they start doing the individual stuff or units. For the most part, I mean, there's some groups that don't do that or have different things going on, and I find that's kind of unfair or kind of limiting the individual members' potential. I'm not saying it has to be like a full debut, like with them promoting and everything, but I just think individual projects in general, like if the idol has interest, like some idols that they could produce and they like writing lyrics and stuff. Like if you know that the idol has interest in their own songs, I find that companies should be more lenient with investing in their individual activities. And so like it could just be like a single or just more covers, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I like how SM did that with 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had his singles through the SM station. It wasn't like an official solo debut, but at least you could see their individual interests in music shine.
SM does it well,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah.
Like even with Mark, even though he only recently started with Child and Gula and Hour. Is Gula and Hour is what you song? The one with the eggs. The one in Ramsey. Yeah, that one. Yeah. He literally calls him out in his song.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He has a whole deep history with eggs and Gordon Ramsay. But anyways,
What?
Yeah, he does.
he does. It's really hilarious.
Y'all tell me after.
Yeah. But yeah, I like how you can see the individuality of them as people through their solo stuff. And it didn't take long for 10 to release his first solo, New Heroes. That was like early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This other one is kind of controversial in a sense. Right. If I was a K-pop god, I would also control the fans who could be part of the fandom in general of K-pop, because some of these people make it genuinely hard to be a K-pop stan. Like, I would always be a K-pop stan. I genuinely like K-pop. I'm in it for the music. I was in it for the music from the start. The looks and everything else came after. And I'm not speaking to like a specific age group or anything, because you could find these particular people in every age group. But some of these fans are immature, and immaturity doesn't have to do with age. They are immature. They nitpick on everything that does not need nitpicking on. They start drama out of nowhere. They start fandom wars out of nowhere. They now prioritize looks over talents in competitions. They argue about everything. They call out stuff and claim stuff are racism when it's not racism, so they're taking away meaning from the words. They call us out as cultural appropriation, which is not cultural appropriation, and takes away from the meaning of the word. Although yes, there's some times when it has to be called out, but fans these days are just making everything like it's draining to be a K-pop stan.
Yeah.
If you're not in it for if you're genuinely not in it for the music and in it for everything else, you will find yourself being very drained, and that is why some people just be like, I'm not a K-pop stan anymore, I'm coming out of the fandom or whatever. If it's for you, yes, leave. However, if I could control anything, I would control the people who are making people leave, who genuinely like K-pop, who genuinely trying to give it a chance and want to be part of the fandom, because we don't need this in the fandom anyway, because in reality K-pop stans already get like a bad name just from the jump from being a K-pop stan. You know, they will think, oh gosh, you're a teen girl, or you're immature, or you like these Asian boys, or you know, like you will get a bunch of backlash for it on a regular. And now some fans are making us get backlash on it for actual valid reasons of being immature and petty and fighting them for no reason. Like, you know, we could just be peaceful, like our in K-pop, to like the music, like all of these unnecessary bacchanal and I don't like this one, I don't like that one, and just because this thing upset me, I'm going to make it a whole big deal. We don't need all of that at all.
At the end of the day, it's just a music genre.
Yeah,
it's
just
not
music.
a lifestyle. It's not a religion. It's not something that will make the world go around or make the world end. Right? It's just music. It's not that deep.
It really isn't that deep.
Right?
It's, as I said, it is draining. Like, honestly speaking, if I didn't genuinely like K-pop from since so long ago, like years ago, and I might be one of them who come out of the fandom just because of the fans.
Hence why I love
like,
Twitter.
honestly
I didn't need all that extra.
Like, I love K-pop, so I will bear with it, you know.
I agree. I feel like that's probably like one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to get back into it, because there's always some kind of background, something that's going on with any of the new girl groups. It's like
yeah, that's so true.
There's always some background controversy going on. So like new jeans, and I didn't even follow like anything.
Things.
I mean, even when it's actual things, obviously I want to know what's going on. But like, before I even get into a group, I hear about drama that don't really exists.
Exactly.
That doesn't encourage me to want to get into the group.
Right.
And half of the times these days too is to bring down other people, like bring down the idol. Like half of these times it's like to sabotage them before they even get somewhere, and that is not fair to anybody. Like, I just always say this, I've been saying this for years: if you don't like a group, don't like a group. If you don't like a group, you could scroll. If you don't like a group, you cannot listen to their music. If you don't like a group, you cannot pay attention to them. If I don't like somebody, I don't care about them. Like I don't know what's going on in their life. I'm not wasting my time on that. And if you don't like a group, don't start fan wars or whatever. Put your energy into the group you actually like. If you don't like a group because they're streaming and they're getting top awards and they're making it to number one, hating them not going to make your group go to number one. Use common sense is not a common thing with some K-pop stars these days, and it's not everybody. If you don't have to put this in, but if you get upset about this, that means it falling in your yard, it falls in your basket. So then you have to look inward to yourself right now and try to think about, okay, so I'm getting upset. Why am I getting upset with this? Because, come on, honestly speaking, it comes down to just grow up. Honestly speaking. Like that, you could tell how passionate about it. It irks me a lot because I'm telling you, if I didn't like K-pop, if I didn't love K-pop, I would have been out of this fandom. Truthfully.
Same.
But yeah, so that's kind of controversial, but
At this point, I just here for the vibes and the groups that I love.
Exactly.
I'm not here for
I'm
any
not
of the
even here for the vibes.
actioners.
I just here for the music. Because to say I'm here for the vibes would also be giving way to the kind of vibes that comes from the fans.
Nah, I mean, I talk about with my groups, honey. I ain't talking
Some
about...
of those groups feed enough of their fans' energy as well.
I mean, yeah,
and
obviously,
too,
that's
people
street,
let's
but...
feed off of their energy because if you being toxic, honestly, even though if the group itself not toxic, that's going to make outward people who trying to get into the group think a certain way negatively about the group.
Not only that, who wants to say they are part of a toxic fandom?
Exactly.
Or who wants to, say that who wants to join a toxic fandom?
Exactly.
Wants to willingly walk into that. That's annoying. So a lot of people, they want to find community in fandoms.
Exactly,
and why would you want to find community in fandoms that purposely create drama or fan wars or all this extra nonsense when it's supposed to be about loving the music and loving the artists? Be so for real.
And obviously we're not calling out any particular fandoms here because you could find toxic fans in every single community or fandom, but obviously some of them have more than others. And it's just draining because that means you're doing your group an injustice too, because of course you will want your group to have fans and make it to the top of the charts and stuff like that. But if you being toxic in yourself and making people not want to join the fandom, you're going to make your group in a sense of stagnation because no new fans, no sales, no extra sales and stuff like that. So yeah, if I was a K-pop god, that particular part in a K-pop fandom, I will try to control and fix, because at the end of the day too, idols have a part to play and the fandom also has a part to play, and I think we need to take that part serious, more seriously, because idols wouldn't be where they are without their fandom. And I'm not saying that the idols we deserve anything from them. They don't owe us anything, but at the end of the day, as a fan, I don't think you will want to sabotage somebody that they claim say you love or look up to, so we have a role to play in that too, and making sure our groups reach the point where we want them to reach. And we need to realize how our negativity as a fandom could impact a group negatively. But yeah, so that was kind of heavy though, but yeah.
I have another one, but it's really in comparison.
yeah.
I just want people to be more like the life, because how important will be life, and I thought that they were just gonna just absorb the platform and say it's just owned by Hive, but it's still the same kind of thing. But they didn't, and now it's only some groups, and other groups have to do their lives on YouTube or on Bubble, and it's quite a pain for me.
I was kind of disappointed.
So stands a lot of other groups. And I mean, now they have groups that aren't in Hive on Weavers. So I know that they're probably trying to recruit other companies and stuff and groups. But it's just taking too long. When they could have just bought over the live and just leave it,
because it already had
and just improved it.
Yeah.
So it's now we're starting from scratch. And now people's lives getting deleted. People doing lives on Instagram, which is super annoying. So Instagram is not a good platform to do lives and keep them of your feeds. And I mean, YouTube is okay, but you can't screen record. Like, it's just, why are we going backwards when we had V-Live?
I actually really loved V-Live because they were getting notifications too,
like
and every group was on V-Live.
Yeah.
Even though it was
an
wasn't able
easier
to
place
watch
to
it
go.
on because of the way that they recorded the lives, it was so easy to go like the day after, 2 days after, when they had the English subs to watch the lives, as opposed to like just needing to know when it's happening and then be connected to like the right fan sites to get clips from the live. I don't like.
I also think that V-Live had a more user-friendly interface.
I've never used Reverse. I've never used Reverse. I literally opened it once. I had it on my phone for like a day.
You could use it like a noob who not used to all this technology, like me, for example. Like, you could just go on V-Live and know instantly how to get where you want to get, see the videos you want to see.
Yeah, I have to call out when I download Reverse.
Reverse is like...
But like Reverse, the app, I just think it was not built well. I'm not like hating on the software developers, but like it's a very clunky app, meaning it's very sticky. It's just not smooth. Is what I'm trying to see.
Maybe Reverse is different for like Korean stands, but over on this side,
I don't understand.
No, we can.
How Weavers could tell me because I am logging in and I am logged in, but how Weavers could send me email because I am logging in and watching video for so long they want to delete. Why you want to delete my account, my free account? What you deleting it for? Like I cannot watch V-Live for months and my V-Live account still there. I don't have to worry about let me just enter in for one day to just be like hi. So they don't delete my account. Why you deleting my free account? It's not taking money out of your pockets.
Like
Reverse.
I get from a business perspective, like Hybe would want to buy V-Live and keep it exactly the same, because what's the point in that? They want to like make it in their own image and likeness, like if they are good. But not everything. Not everything in the K-pop industry, Hybe, has to be controlled by y'all.
K-pop industry equals Hybe in 2 years.
Controversial, but I'm just saying, like, I hate seeing how, and this actually leads to my next thing. If I were a K-pop board, what I would change is the way how Hybe has infiltrated every aspect of the industry, like top to bottom, like from having Hybe America and Geffen Records, which Geffen, whatever you call it, that's their sub label in America that manages Justin Bieber, all these big people, right?
What?
Yeah.
James.
They bought over that song.
Yeah.
Scooter
Braun, you know him? Justin Bieber's manager, him. So just seeing like Hybe basically like dig into everything, the acquiring Pledis. I mean that was a godsend for 17 years. But at the same time, I don't like to see the commercialization and like globalization of all these groups, and it seems very inauthentic to me now, like how much you could see the money behind the product and the content, but you don't see the authentic nature of it anymore. Like you don't see the struggle anymore.
Oh my god, that just leads into my next one. Continue.
Like they keep debuting like a million groups a year. Like they're about to debut a new girl group, Elite, from their survival show Are You Next, and they're about to start Island 2 this year, which is they just dropped the teaser, and it's too much. It's oversaturated.
Something as simple as like album sales and ticket sales and stuff like that. Because honestly speaking, too, like let me go simple with album sales. You ever see something different in these albums from what he was getting from long ago? It's the same photo album, same photo cards, same posters and stuff like that, but now it's 10 times more expensive. it don't make, you could see even something as simple as that, you could see the money mindset behind it.
Greed.
You could see the greed behind it, and it's kind of disheartening too.
I mean,
Because they say K-pop stands rich. Let me tell you right now, I'm not rich.
Like it's not just solely Hybe, it's all the other big 4 companies as well. But I don't know, I think we should do away with the big 4 mindset of well, you're part of this company, you should be doing XYZ, you know, have this amount of sales, this amount of albums, this amount of streams, views. Like, I think we need to take a step back. We done already oversaturated in the industry as it is. Let's just give the audience and the fans what they really want is like a real connection with their artists and some meaningful shit. I'm sorry,
not to just
but
spend money,
yeah,
not to just spend money. Like you put on, I don't know, put on this bad perfume and all of a sudden you're thinking that the fans going to buy it. I don't want to buy that. I didn't come into K-pop to buy a perfume.
Or to have a new version of the light stick every year. Like, that's not necessary. That does nothing for me. It's plastic, you know. Like, I want meaningful stuff, you know. So yeah, that's my
last thing, my only thing. Cause you can point out my first one.
You sure?
My only thing that I would change as a K-pop god is the globalization. Like, y'all, it's K-pop.
Thank you.
I was not
Why are
my last point was to stop the westernization.
Like, why are there so many groups? I don't wanna literally call out a group in this instance, but I feel like everybody here will know who I'm talking about. Why there's so many groups in the last 2 years that their Korean song is really a song fully in English?
I know,
And you know what gets me? It's in English, but they don't understand the English.
Like the English doesn't English.
The accents are so bad.
And I know some people kind of don't like this because I've been seeing this point of view going around a lot where people complaining with others who saying it have one side who's saying stop westernizing like K-pop, and then there's the other side who's saying it's not that bad. You know?
I'm not saying that the westernization is bad.
You know.
But you're losing the. I feel like in what they're doing with the westernization of some of these groups and songs is that they're losing the essence of K-pop. It's supposed to be Korean groups. Okay, so it's fine if your group has people of different ethnicities. That's one thing. But if you have more English songs than Korean songs, and you have more English in your song than actual Korean, you're not really singing a Korean song.
Yeah, it's just a pop group.
You're a pop group with Korean artists in it. That's so different.
And then there's the other thing that used to separate K-pop from other videos, which was K-pop music videos have a certain essence to it. It has a look to it. But now these days, first, number one, you're speaking in full English, and number two, the videos looking like typical videos, you know? So like you can't really differentiate now like what is what.
Yeah,
and that is where the problem lies.
I know that like for some people their opinion is, oh well, it's just the industry like changing with the times. No, I would take us back to 2014 when K-pop sounded like K-pop. Not to say that K-pop now doesn't also sound like K-pop, but a lot of it is sounding like it's sounding like Western music being produced by people who look a little bit different than people from America or people from the UK and stuff like that.
Right, so they sound like a pop group. They sound like a pop group.
A lot of these groups coming up now, they're basically singing like American pop groups that are ethnically exclusive.
That is such a good way of putting it. Alright guys, thank you for listening to our own opinions of what we would do as K-pop girls.
Faithful vision.
More Korean songs.
Please don't come for us. If you share a different opinion, please let us know in the comments. If you have anything that you would do as a K-pop god, let us know.
What was stuff that we would do differently that you would do slightly differently but still change up what it do it but it can't do it?
Your spin on like what we would do basically.
Please like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Your K-pop friends. I know you probably don't have any because it's hard in this region of the world. We understand.
It's difficult in this region of the world.
It's hard, but I'm sure you have one friend who's like, I don't know what that is. Or
they lying though.
they're probably, you know, they're kind of side-eyeing it, but like they're kind of interested. Get them into it.
And if you really don't and you would like to find community, you can also message our Instagram page
At
Khaotic Vibes Pod. And you can find community with us.
Yes.
Thanks.
Also, shameless plug, we're also part of a K-pop cover group called Extract TT. Check us out on Instagram at Extract with no E_TNT.
Wink. Thank you guys for watching our video, and we will see you next time in the chaos.
Bye.